What's up, YouTube? It's Psychic Sickness here with my profile for my Powertool Dragon deck. Highly powerful, very fast deck. Hoping it'll catch on. We'll see. Basically, the point of the deck is to get out Powertool as quickly as possible and then just buff the hell out of him with lots of equip cards. Very simple strategy and easily countered, but also easily reset, as I will explain to you. Let's start off with my monsters. The first monster that I've got is Electronic Remoten. One of my tuners. He's a good searcher. Because what I can do is, when he's in attack mode, I can remove from play one of the monsters in my graveyard, one of the Morphtronic monsters in my graveyard, and I can get a Morphtronic monster from my deck and add it to my hand that has the same level. And I run two of him, one of which is a proxy, just because I haven't been able to find the card. Next is my main tuner, Morphtronic Scopin. Scopin is basically an instant power tool if I have a level 4 Morphtronic in my hand. Because whenever he's in attack mode, I can special summon level 4 Morphtronic from my hands. So, special summon a floor, take the power tool. It's really convenient. His other effect is when he's in defense mode, he's level 4. It's useful sometimes. Next is Morphtronic Borden, one of the main Morphtronic support monsters in my deck that isn't intended for power tool use. What he does is, whenever he's in attack mode, my Morphtronics can all attack direct. And none of them have high attack power, but you know, if you swarm with Morphtronics and attack, it's a good strategy. In defense mode, he can make it so Morphtronics other than him can't be destroyed by battle. And I run two of him. Next is my destructive power in the deck, basically, which is Morphtronic Slingin. And Slingin's effect is, when he's in attack mode, I can tribute one of my Morphtronic monsters on the field to destroy one card in the field. Very good effect, very useful, just instant destruction of anything I want. His secondary effect is that when he's in defense mode, if he would be destroyed, I can destroy every Morphtronic instead. I run three of him, and he's important. Next is Morphtronic Radion. Radion is basically just a support card for other Morphtronics. He gains, while he's in attack mode, he gives an attack point boost to other Morphtronics. When he's in defense mode, he gives a defense boost. Really good in combination with Borden. And I run three of him. Next is my main non-power tool attacking force, which is my Morphtronic Boombox. His effect is when he's in attack, he can attack twice. It's useful, especially in combination with Borden, because that's 24. If I hit him with some equip cards, it's more, and I run three of him. In defense mode, he can cancel one attack per turn, basically. And then lastly is my main searcher, which is my Morphtronic Stealth Bomb. He's a big part of the deck, because basically I roll a die, pick up the number from the die off the top of my deck, and I can special summon one of the Morphtronics. Very useful. Very important card for the deck. The deck wouldn't function without it. And that's it for the monsters. Next, my trap cards. It's not a very trap-heavy deck. It's very spell-heavy because, you know, of the equips. It's not trap-heavy at all. Got a couple staples, you know, of course, Mirror Force. I've got a D-Prism just because I prefer it. It's cards like Sakuretsu Armor. Remove from play is always better than sent to the graveyard, in my opinion. And I'm looking for more D-Prisms, by the way, if anybody has some they want to get rid of. And then a Bottomless, just to cover my own ass. These next two are Morphtronic support cards. One is Morphtronic Bind, which is basically Gravity Bind for Morphtronics, but it only works if I have a Morphtronic out and Morphtronic monsters are immune to it. And then there's Morphtronic Force Field, which is basically protecting one of my Morphtronics against spells and traps. Just sort of a backup line of defense. And then I've got two that are just basically safety for my power tool. One of which is Power Break, which lets me take equip spells from my graveyard or on the field, shuffle them into my deck, and my opponent takes 500 for each. Which is
500. It's not 500.
It's 500. It's 500. It's 500 for each. And it's good if, you know, my Power Tool's effect makes it so that if he would be destroyed, I can destroy an equipped card attached to him instead. So if I'm running out of equip cards in my deck and I can't use the effect anymore, I activate Power Break, shuffle a couple back in, recycle them. And then my very last resort, my just in case everything else has failed and I need a complete start over, I have Localized Tornado in there, which lets me shuffle my entire graveyard and hand into the deck, which leaves me at a disadvantage, but at the same time, if I've already got Powertool out and I don't have any more equips in my deck, and I'm running out of monsters to summon other things, then, you know, sometimes there's nothing else you can do. Lastly is my spell cards, very equip heavy. First off, United We Stand. These cards, Morphtronics, are swarm decks. Like, they're very efficient swarm decks. So to have United We Stand out basically gives whatever monster I equip it to, generally Powertool, a very good attack boost. And I have 2 Mage powers. You know, with all the equip cards that are getting tossed out there, having multiple Mage powers and multiple United We Stands makes for a lot of attack point gain in a very short period of time. And there's the main equip card that goes with this deck, the equip card specially built for Morphtronics and Powertools, which is Double Tool C and D. And it's got multiple effects. It depends on whose turn it is when it's activated, but on my turn, whenever it's activated, my monster gains 1,000 attack points, and any monster that it attacks loses its effect until the damage step. During the opponent's turn, the opponent can't attack anything but the equipped monster, and any monster that battles with the equipped monster is destroyed during the damage step, and I run 3 of that. Then just a little bit more destructive power in combination with, you know, sort of recycling ability is my Morphtronic Accelerator. Just I shuffle a Morphtronic monster back into the deck, destroy 1 card on the field, and then draw 1 card. And then I've got a couple staples. I've got Swords, self-explanatory, Reborn, very useful, and then I've got Atlas, just for, you know, more recycle power. That's all for the spells. And now my extra deck, purely power tools. I had a third power tool, but I traded it off for a Ghost Rare Blackwing Dragon, so I'm proxying a power tool at the moment. But basically all I need is power tool. The deck wouldn't run well with other ones. So 3 power tools. So yeah, that is my power tool deck. If you have any questions or any trades or any advice on the deck, just add me and send me a message, and I'll get back to you quickly. And yep, that's it for this one. See you next time, YouTube.